The trailer for the second season was released and honestly, it was amazing. Truth be told, I expected a lot less from this trailer, but I believe we got a lot of information related to the next season. However, for this video, I will try to analyze the scenes related to Ekko and Jinx. There are multiple reasons for why I want to talk about these two in particular, but the main reason is the fact that I cannot wait to see the scenes between them. I will start by talking about this scene, and I will include information I gathered from other people online, and well, what I can already see and information I established in the past in previous videos, right? And I will start by talking about this scene because the previous ones are either scenes we have already seen in the past or scenes recapping the first season, which is why you are seeing the bomb. And that's most likely for people who forgot what happened at the end of the season. As you can see, Jinx, surrounded by people, probably in prison. And why is that? Because you can see the red lines on the floor. The same red lines can be seen whenever Caitlyn goes to prison and she is talking with Vi, right? Further looking at the scene, people have established that this right here is one of the firelights. And why is that? Because of the hair. You can spot a girl with the same hair in the fight scene between Vi, Jinx and the firelights. Then this guy over here is Ekko's second in command. You can spot the longer ears, the build, right? Then if you go further in the scene, the same type of outfit, and of course the ears, the long ears, right? Then Sevika standing by, and people with blue hair, right? This idea that Jinx becomes a symbol is very important in the dynamic between Ekko and Jinx. As you can see, Vander as a symbol and then Jinx. Now I'm going to talk about this scene because I believe it's mega important for the next season. Jinx with the hair down. I know it's hard to see, but there are enhanced images online which you can check and quickly see that her hair is indeed down. Then she is crying about something, but she has red eyes, which is mega important because the only moment when she cried with red eyes was when Silco died, right? Then her choker is missing, the fabric which is forming an X on her top is also missing, and the gloves. I believe this is going to be the moment when she is going to create a new outfit and the moment when she will cut the hair. I also want to add this scene to the discussion between Ekko and Jinx, and why is that? Because I believe this is the moment when the tree will burn. Previously I made a video discussing the necessity of the tree burning for Ekko's story to progress further, but I will leave the video at the end of this one if you want to watch that. So what happened? Well, if you go further in the trailer, at 1:37 you will find this scene with Jinx. I believe Ambessa and Jinx are going to share a scene, and it's going to be this one when the tree is supposedly going to burn. And it's not going to be Jinx because whenever she throws the match, her hair is not braided. And right now you can see it braided, which means after throwing the match, if the tree is going to burn, she will have to quickly braid her hair, which is not gonna happen. Which means this scene happens before the scene where Jinx is throwing the match. You might be thinking to yourself, why would Ambessa try to destroy the tree or fight Jinx? It's pretty simple and you'll probably figured it out yourself. Jinx is the symbol of the old regime. Does it sound familiar? That's because Ambessa said these words to Mel in the first season whenever they conquered a new place and Mel wanted to extend mercy towards a girl, and Ambessa said no because that girl was the symbol of the old regime. Besides that, if it was Jinx, the one who burned the tree, this conversation would never happen. And you can see it yourself, it's Jinx talking to Ekko. I also believe this conversation is happening inside Jinx's lair. You can see painting all over the place. Then I believe it happens after the battle because of the bruises on Ekko's face, the painting melted away probably because of the heat generated by the fire, right? But maybe that's pushing it. Ekko will be extra motivated to fight the Noxians if the tree will burn and to create the Z-Drive because you can see him having that in this scene. Then we have Jinx in a really cool scene. If you remember, in season 1 she wanted to fly one of those airships. Well, right now she's flying her entire house. You'll see that in a moment. One thing you can notice is that she's missing a finger over here, right? And that was already established a few months ago whenever they released art, right? Then she's wearing new painting, she's wearing her own painting, then firelight painting, the green one, right? She doesn't have the braids anymore, she cut the hair, then purple hair, and of course a shark cloak. In the background you can also spot some more of that green painting, Milo's doll, and something else dangling over here. The fact that she has firelight painting further complements the idea that she and Ekko had a very fruitful conversation, which is why Ekko is seen wearing her painting. As you can see, Ekko is giving a lift to Vi, and then in the corner, that's Jinx's house. And from what you can see in the trailer, it seems like Vi is attacking it. But this is probably just to put us on the wrong track. After saying all of that, I'm still not sure how this conversation will go. And honestly, it has to be a pretty meaningful scene for Ekko to start wearing Jinx's colors and for Jinx to have a full makeover. I believe they will introduce the flashback scenes between Ekko and Jinx. If you remember, they wanted to introduce them in the first season but didn't in the end. So I believe this right here is one of them, or part of one of them. And I believe that because Ekko looks a bit younger and the hairstyle is different, in the sense that not only the dreads are cut up differently, but also this thing over here, well, he has two of them in the present. Let's try to create a theory for the people who believe in the time bomb. Something more than just friendship between Ekko and Jinx. Personally, I believe that's something which is absolutely never going to happen. I give it a 3% chance of happening, because I have no idea what's in the mind of the writers, right? However, we have Ekko's voice actor, who's on Twitter almost every day, baiting about the time bomb. And I have to say, some of the baits are absolutely unhinged. I mean, I cannot see a voice actor saying something like that on Twitter without repercussions from his employers, right? Which is why I do not believe the time bomb is a thing. If he was allowed to say anything he wanted about the second season, then it means I was spoiled about 20 tweets ago. As of right now, the only thing I'm seeing is friendship between the two, and I know the line from League of Legends with Ekko saying that he had a crush on Jinx before she started talking to the gun, but I believe we are past that point in time. And then I also understand that they are going to accept her and that Ekko is going to use a hairpiece with her logo on it, and then they are going to paint each other. However, in the Firelight Society, it could be just something friends do to each other. Let's talk about the possibilities. So if it happens, then Jinx should do something absolutely insane to go above and beyond to redeem herself in front of everyone, including Ekko, right? Then another way is if they make some kind of alternate universe where Ekko and Jinx are together. And the final way, which I was thinking about, is Jinx and Ekko in front of the powder mural having a meaningful discussion, which is probably going to raise my expectations up to 50% or more. And speaking of more, you can find out more about this idea in this video.